Okoye, and Kin and Bakari and Okoye, and Logren and Kin once, and then Logren went on out on his own. All everyone else was having drama, and didn't find anything.
And I believe Logren dropped Trow in front of everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
None of us forgot that.
I didn't drop Trow. I had
you
flaming
took off
pants
your
on.
Just because
I
you had
replaced it
You
with
took
fire.
off
Just
your
because you had
pants.
just because you had flaming pants on underneath doesn't mean you didn't drop Trow. Like, you removed your pants. Like,
Fire isn't a true boundary between.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's just mostly just like a visual thing. I mean, it's still sort of like you're naked.
I guess that's true. But, Logan really don't give two.
Yeah, everyone else does.
We got
Yeah.
that. We got
Not
that.
about
Yep.
your comfort here.
Yeah, no one
But
wants.
we should we should get started since we started a bit late.
We did start a bit late. All right. So, I guess, is there anything Vicari is are they avoiding people because of the random quasi betrayal, or?
I'm avoiding
Bakari
people.
won't be seen at breakfast.
Okay.
Me neither. Maybe we'll be avoiding being seen together.
Okay, over the next few days, the party isn't as together as they were previously. You all got your schedules and whatnot to Elenia. Now that you were on quasi speaking terms with her, not necessarily trusting her, but all right, maybe she's not like 100% evil. Maybe it's just like 95.
Maybe
she can still
actually do a goddamn job.
I didn't assume any of that. I'm just tolerating.
It's fair.
Now.
But you got your schedules, which I forgot to remind you all to send me as far as whether you were doing AM, FM, or not AM, FM, AM, PM. Wow. Can you tell I work in radio a lot? AM, PM.
That makes sense.
Morning
You
or
have
afternoon.
a voice for radio.
I actually don't do the voice for radio. I just test radios.
That is a shame.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to do is voice acting. Anyway, off topic. Yeah, so y'all got that to Elenia, and you're going through your classes. Classes started after the eventual cessation or finishing of all the tests, all the initial tests. It did take a few days longer than you expected, but eventually there were fireworks and not more celebration because the initial day's celebration kind of petered out quite a bit. After like the first half or so of the students finished, everybody was kind of like, yeah, well, everybody else is slow and inconsequential, so they moved on. You all, or at least Kin, would have noted that the half-orc that they stole the dagger from didn't finish in the top half. So, might feel a little guilt there, might not, might feel a little satisfaction there. Who knows? Anyway, do you all end up meeting up in your first class together? Which I think I said intro to adventuring. Sorry, I've had an interesting week, so my notes are all over the place, and so yeah. It was a 10 a.m. intro to adventuring class. You all are greeted as you enter by a orange tabaxi who does not appear to be wearing any sort of armor They're wearing clothes that you would more describe as wraps than anything. They cover all the vital bits, but reminiscent of someone who uses their fists and feet for fighting. You would probably associate them with being a monk if you have come across monks before. And he says, welcome, new adventurers. You have passed your first test and, well, survived the first week. Welcome, I am Professor Twig. Fallen Twig, but you could just call me Twig. Or Professor, whatever you want. I will be your adventuring professor, hopefully teaching you the things you need to know so that when you do leave here on your various quests and tests, you don't kill yourselves and you don't kill any innocents. That would reflect poorly on the school. Before we start,
raises her hand.
yes.
Why do they call you Fallen Twig? And you're an adventurer.
That was the name given to me when I was born. Just for lore purposes, tabaxi are typically given nature-related names. They are given an adjective and a noun, and the adjective doesn't necessarily associate with them so much as it distinguishes them from the others who have been given the same noun name.
Okay, so Fallen
Not the one I
Twig
know.
should be taken as a job performance review.
No, it's not a job performance review. It's not a this guy is not so great. No. You could if you would like. But
what's the setup of the class here? Like, I mean,
Oh.
is it like, assigned seating since it's like we're doing this as a party? Or what?
No, I would say it's not assigned seating. You're encouraged to sit with your party, but you don't necessarily have to. As with most college classes, you kind of sit where you want. I will get you
By the
all in
way-
here if I can.
By the way, quick
Kim
question.
does sit with the party. Also, this is literally, I'm a rogue. I'm pretty good at sneaking. This is literally the first time that anyone has seen me in days. I just sort of show up like right as the bell goes off,
Okay.
and sit down casually.
Vicari sits in the front, of course.
Oh shit, we could.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if no one else is sitting together, then never mind.
Honestly, he sat in like the one single person seat, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Technically, there are two people seats, but Lucari is
okay.
kind of
Vicari, big
central.
personality.
Let's see. Ah, man, I mean,
Me and my wonderful ass take up both seats.
By the way, quick question: With
Mhm.
teachers kind of like dressed, like does like the ending like of the robes and like the pattern specifically kind of look familiar to me at all, or is it like something a little different than what I'm used to?
It wouldn't be reminiscent of like your clan or anything. You wouldn't necessarily have come across anybody wearing. It's not. I should say it's not distinctive. It's kind of, common garb type of thing.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
And my people aren't showing up. Cool.
I'm sitting in the back.
Of course you are.
Let's see.
Dude, I'm not talking to you.
I need to actually come up with character sheets for these people.
Are Talana and fucking Merrick here?
Yes, they are going to be here as well. Yes. Actually, I can add them pretty easily. Actually. We will add them over here. Okay. So rather than bore you with lectures about adventuring, I guess, is there any information that
That big.
I'm keeping an eye on like where you're placing people. Is Lucina in this class? Is there only one adventuring class for this year?
no,
Like,
there are several.
okay. Is Lucina here?
She's not.
2 people who stole our 12th place spot are sitting right there.
Stole or just, happened into.
Nah, stole.
How high are the ceilings in this room?
The ceilings in this room are roughly 20 feet. 20 feet tall.
I'm too tall for ceilings.
Just for the.
I mean, there is the raised dais in the front that Master Twig is sitting at, and I don't know that I have art for him. I have art for him. I just don't know that I have it recently.
Yeah, you can just put in a picture of a tabby cat. Or just use
I
Garfield.
feel like that might be racist. I feel like this might be racist.
Did you just say a Garfield token? Now I can't unimagine just Garfield the cat teaching the class now. Thanks a lot.
Wait,
Okay.
Garfield.
Quick question, and this doesn't have huge implications, but did any of you all watch the Adventures or listen to the Adventure Zone by the Mackin?
Are we talking about
McElroy's?
the cartoon or on the D&D thing?
It's a D&D podcast put on by the McElroy brothers, and technically
I
father
know
as
what
well.
you're talking about, but no, I haven't
Yes,
gotten to.
I
You listened to
haven't.
it. Okay. Then you'll appreciate the fact that when they say Garfield, I want to do Garfield the Deals Warlock voice. So.
I am going to summon Duchess.
Okay. I'm assuming that it's not so much for you that you summon Duchess as much as Duchess comes out of her pocket.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean.
Okay.
I am calling her from her pocket dimension.
He's out of
You
pockets and
spy on the people who go ahead and stole our spot.
I mean,
We would have ended 13th either way.
So you say.
I'm just maximizing my time. Is there anyone here who looks significant or like?
Have you
Someone I
seen
would
the
take note
cast of characters? They've it doesn't look significant. I feel
Why do I not? I have Twig, but I don't have them as an actual token. Good lord, that's amazing.
it's fine. Just put the picture.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll understand. Unless this is turned into a battle royale, in which case maybe you need the token.
Nah, you don't need the token.
It might. Who knows?
I mean, unless you decide to
It's a
attack the
big-
professor, in which case, it's up to you. But
Wait, is this actual size? This room?
huh?
In terms of measuring stuff out here like this.
I guess I'm confused. What are you asking?
Is the map here actual size in terms of me figuring out the range for shit?
Yes.
You're like the ruler.
I believe so. I mean, if I'm understanding you correctly, then yes.
So I'm 40 feet away from Kin right now.
More closer to 50.
We're closer to 50 feet away. What the hell is
Yeah,
this classroom?
it's a pretty big classroom. It's a pretty big lecture hall. There's plenty of room to move the desks and tables to the side. In fact, if you, with your passive perception, at least Logren would notice that there are scrape marks next to around the legs of each of the desks, especially the big ones, as if they have been moved a lot. So
Okay, yes. Duchess, I'm summoning Duchess here. I'm gonna have her just crawl under. Um, Actually, what are these chairs? Are they like benches or?
yeah, they are mostly benches. The
Okay, I'm just gonna
chairs, the chairs at the table at the top right that looks like it has got like weapons and armor and things on it.
Mhm.
At least that's what I read that as. Those are like regular old chairs. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah, I'm putting Duchess on the underside of the bench here. Of their bench.
Oh, their bench. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have given you
Not
Duchess.
sitting under it, she's like sticking to the ceiling thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just put her right there. Although, why is she so big? Okay. Okoye, is Fino in class with you?
Yes, he probably would have come with me.
Okay.
Please keep his token that size.
Okay. If you
I
want,
hate to
God
make
damn.
you
if you
That
want
would
us
be
to,
distracting.
I hate to make you
That's actually how
put
big
up more
Fino is right now. I would be just shocked.
I need to find out the range between me and Fino in case he wants to go for round 2. Okay. He is not within 5 feet.
no, but could be very quickly.
Yeah, I know.
Also, in regard to my seating, I want to make sure that I sit next to the least observant looking person. Like, if I can judge of like,
That's
okay,
one.
who has the lowest wisdom score here?
Okay. Let's see if I can
At least in the
find.
back
Looks
row.
the lowest. He would be lower.
Basically, you want to avoid me at all costs. That's
In
kind of mean.
just in the back row.
It's kind of mean, you know.
Looks
By
too-
Still
yourself,
avoiding me.
You can come. You could. I mean, well, okay. I guess I haven't really been around, but
Yeah, you haven't been around. Like,
All right, there you go.
Which I'm
The
sure
least
spells
observant
Logan
person.
no ends with.
next to me.
Huh?
Is someone next to me? Or I suppose I could actually just
Closest to you.
I could sit next to this person.
Say they're near you. If you want to sit next to them, you're welcome to. I didn't want to force you
Yeah,
to, so that's why I put them.
I mean, I'm looking for social camouflage without standing next to anyone who's going to pay attention.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Twig talks about how adventuring is a noble art, one in which you often will embark upon quests where the reward does not outweigh in any way, shape, or form the difficulty of the quest. Sometimes you will have great reward for little effort, but most of the time it's somebody needs something done and they've scraped together as much a collection as they can get, and they kind of go, well, here, that's sweet, that's what we have. So, not as glorious as maybe some people would want it to be, but still, it's a noble profession. That's how they would put it.
Kari raises their hands.
Raises their
Or
hand.
Their hand.
Okay.
Their hand. Only one of the hands. One of
Zakari
their
raises
two
their
hands
mage
is
hand.
raised.
He
Oh,
has
no,
hand
definitely raise the hand that has the mark on it, so everyone behind them can see.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like these.
And rolls their eyes.
Yes.
But what about the stairs when they send us on quests? How do they reward then?
Your mic is glitching again.
Yeah, you glitched. How do we
What
reward
the-
what?
When spires send us on quests, how do they reward us? Do the spires themselves or just the
What was the last word there?
people?
I got glitch sound.
I
It cut
still-
out again.
Yeah, I
Holy
still can't.
fuck.
Yeah,
Can't say that
it's-
Hold
word.
on a
That's the
second.
problem.
Let me see what's going the fuck on here.
apparently Discord is trying to censor you.
Which is shitty. I should not do that.
Also, I am taking a very deliberate, sort of tired, lazy posture. I'm gonna look like I'm just leaning on my hand and barely staying awake.
Okay.
You know what the funny thing is? I was just about to say that Logren's literally using his phoenix as like a heated pillow right now, just leaning up against it, like head against it, just half awake, half asleep. Just
Do sound any better?
Wow.
I mean,
Okoye
it
the
sounds
only-
it's hard to. Go ahead.
Okay,
Wait.
I'm gonna have to exit out and then start. I'll be back.
Okay.
What were you saying, TP?
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, I listen. I want you to be able to participate without being talked over. I'm interested in what you say, what you do as a character and stuff.
Oh no, it wasn't anything in character.
She was saying,
Okay.
is Okoye the only one who's paying attention, I think.
Oh, I mean, okay,
Better.
I am paying attention. I'm just looking like I'm not.
and Logren is half awake, so absorbing some information.
Also, is Spino actually that big? Holy shit!
No. No.
No, that mech upgrade is actually putting in the work. You're gonna have a full Pheno Gundam soon.
Can I be heard now?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yes.
better, I hope.
Yes, sounds better.
I mean, you would need to talk more to. For
Give a
I
true
know the
test,
perfect
yeah.
test.
My
Hey,
name is
Peter
Gary
Piper
Joey,
picked up
and I
the-
am. Ew. Um, my name is Vicario Joey, and I am the child of thunder and lightning. I am the child of both the head priestess and grand vizier of Refone. Refone
they
is
might
the
as well
wonderful
say
country.
that in character.
Huh?
It sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, there
Okay.
was a tiny glitch in there, but I'm not sure if it was you stuttering on your words or if it was your mic, but it was much, much better. So
Okay, if I sound better,
so much better. Like I can actually understand 99% of what you said. So
Oh, it was that bad. That's gonna be annoying to hear back. All right. Oh, so Vicario was asking,
Mm.
so when the spires choose us for quests, who rewards us then? The people or the spires themselves?
well, that would depend upon the spire. Some of the spires are notorious for not rewarding, and the devotees tend to collect and deliberate as to how much or what is commiserate to the task that you undertook, whereas some of the towers are quite generous with their rewards.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah. So they talking about the rewards and whatnot, they kind of get more onto that and telling you that most of the time you're going to be offered gold and silver. Occasionally, they will offer, or certain groups will offer magic items. Although most of the time, if you find a nice magic item, it's created here at the Spire School. There are a few magic items that are unaccounted for out in the world that you might be able to stumble upon if you're lucky. But in general, most of the magic items are associated with the school anymore. It is, in its long history, has created many magic items, and some are more powerful than others. Generally, the most powerful are kept at the school for the school's defense, or for exigent need out in the realm. And then Twigs starts talking a little bit about the local flora and fauna, which is easiest to harvest for food, that sort of thing. Pretty boring stuff as far as first lectures go, but it is Adventuring 101. It's trying to get you geared up to go so that you don't die needlessly. In the lecture, he does mention a couple times that you will be expected to take on quests throughout the semester. Some of them will be tests assigned to you, and some of them will be more like he mentions that the school is given quests from throughout the realm, and they choose which area or which gear is best suited for that quest. Whether it's a difficult quest and they should send somebody who is more seasoned, or if it's a relatively easy quest and can send a newbie like you guys. Because while you are level 4 compared to the seniors, you are very new. Yeah, kind of talks about that. And he says, so I don't like to assign homework, but I will offer extra credit for anyone who brings back monster parts from your adventuring quests. You should do some research to figure out which monster parts are valuable and which are not. If you get a quest notice and it mentions what kind of monster, you can use that opportunity to look up what kind of monster parts are more valuable from that particular monster and which are not. But bring something back and you will get something as far as extra credit points. And he says, the adventuring party who achieves the most points in my class will receive a special item.
Ah, man.
Mm.
I want to ask a question. I also don't want to draw attention to myself.
I mean, you could you mention it to the person next to you. You're pretty persuasive, I feel, and they could probably.
I got an option.
That's a good
Just
idea.
message one of your classmates on your team.
No, I'm gonna
and tell
talk
them
to this
that.
random stranger next to me. I'm gonna like say under my breath, like I'm not trying to like say it to him directly, like start a conversation, but I'm like thinking out loud to myself in a way where I'm trying to get them to also wonder about what I'm wondering about.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, are we getting graded as a party or individually?
And you say this, and you're like, that you're trying to actually. Let's do some rolling because we like rolling. I will let you either roll deception or persuasion, as you're more or less trying to get this person to ask the question for you. It's a roundabout way, so deception 12. Yeah, as you're thinking this out loud, you kind of see his head tilt to the side, and he kind of like looks over at you. He goes, Professor. Yes. Are we graded as a party or as individuals? It's excellent question. Excellent question. 50% of your grade is individual performance, and 50% is party performance.
This
So-
man's voice.
if you put forth an amazing amount of effort, and you only have, say, 3 3 party members, you can easily get over 60% on your own, assuming that they are not completely worthless. That easily is a passing grade.
Cool. Does the do they calling people by name or?
He is Twig has not called anybody by name. He
Okay.
It's actually pointedly not calling people by name.
Interesting.
Like there have been opportunities where Vikari would be like, yes, Vikari Uchawi here, type of thing. Other students did ask questions throughout the lecture on inane things that seem obvious to you, and some were good questions. But Twig, in his discourse, in his talking, which I should mention, he has been like walking back and forth. He doesn't really sit still a whole lot. I just don't want to move him a whole lot. So has pointedly avoided using names. If somebody
Okay.
just raises their hand and doesn't say anything, he's like, "You there, over there," and tries to get their attention that way.
Can I does the person next to me have anything out, like a bag or any papers or notes or anything like that?
No.
I mean, I don't seem like the most studious type, but
Yeah. He's got like his knapsack of holding next to him, but like hasn't pulled anything out. It's just kind of sitting there. Like full scale mail, like fully ready for battle, but like no notes, nothing like that.
okay.
You do note that there are several students who do have notebooks out who are writing and taking notes and whatnot, but this individual
Does
next to you is
Duchess-
definitely not.
Does Duchess hear anything from Talana and the other dudes whose name I've
Merrick?
forgotten already? Yes.
Merrick.
Miracle.
Yeah. Does she hear anything from them? Like anything at all? Just like
Yeah,
or
so-
does it say anything or do anything?
So in the discussion or in the lecture, people have been able to kind of talk back and forth. Not a whole lot of people are really near each other, but as Tilana and Merrick are definitely next to each other, they've definitely had some whispering conversations. Most of it has been talking like how obvious a lot of the information was, but at the mention of the grading, they were both basically like, man, with just the two of us, it's going to be really easy to score a lot of points because we're awesome. We're not going to screw up. So clearly we're going to get that item. They're very confident in that.
They the ones that got that guy killed before he even made it back?
Not killed.
No, he ditched them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oz ditched them. Oz was very much like, yeah, nope, see ya.
Then he came in like last place. So
Yeah.
I'm getting a sense for these two, but
Mhm.
yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Anyone else have any classroom shenanigans they want to?
Oh, since we haven't talked what Vicari's wearing yet, Vicari is actually
First
dressed
thing
down today. They're wearing a black crop top that comes like right below their left out of ribs, and a kind of harem pants type, but they kind of have geometrical creases that
You
makes
are.
it look like sorry, am I cutting out?
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking what is going on?
Discord hates us all.
Yeah. It's like when you say short sentences, you're fine.
I don't know. It seems like when Vicari is speaking, everything's fine. When Ren is speaking, it's like, I'm gonna jitter out. And maybe that's just my bias, but like that's what it seems like for me.
Look, it's PC and player like difficulties here.
Back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
See, it's saying I've got my ping is 0 and my outbound packet loss is 0.0.
Glitch.
Have you tried changing your Discord input source and changing it back?
I did that.
I just know
I'm
that
gonna disconnect.
sometimes fixes my shit. So
I'm gonna disconnect the device.
okay.
Better now.
I mean, it's hard to tell when you just get back because it's not like we can never hear you. It's just sometimes while you're talking, it'll cut out.
As I was mentioning
That's
when
not
you
right.
had disconnected, when you're talking, it's fine, or it's not fine. It's more jittery. But when Vicari is talking, that's when I hear it well. Like I hear you well.
Did everything just go quiet?
Nope.
Yeah, we did.
Ren is working on their.
Oh.
I mean, well, yes, we
Yeah.
weren't saying anything.
Okay,
But
like
Ren
I
is
was
working on
I
their-
was worried that my headphones acted up again just now.
Everybody did go like quiet all of a sudden.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I was like,
We're
Sorry, I
waiting.
was
Sudden
testing my mic. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
I was all
Mm.
good.
I might just have to restart the whole computer.
Fun.
I'll be back. Give me a second.
Sure. So yeah, I know we've discussed a little bit as far as AM PM stuff, and Vicati was much an AM person, and Logren was much a PM person. I remember less about Kin and Okoye, but if everybody could like message me that type of thing, as far as which classes you would take in the morning versus afternoon, I would appreciate it.
I
As
think
this
it was
is
more like one specific class that I was like, I definitely would like to take this late or something.
yeah,
It
I know
was
that
like Monsters 101 or something like that.
yeah something. I know that you had this was like the morning class that was required for you to be there, and you were like, ah man, but
Yeah.
I'll send you a message as a reminder, but I chose AM classes.
I also feel like a lot of this discussion was before we started uh, breaking off the text channels.
Also, Art. Um, uh, I am doing my usual, like, taking note of all the people.
Yep.
I definitely want to take note of like everyone who is in this class,
Yep.
and I want to, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Makes sense. I think I did the numbers right. Yeah, because it should be 2 parties of 4 and 1 party of 2 in this class.
Is this actual numbers?
Hmm?
Is this actual numbers?
We're going to go with this as actual numbers.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully I sound a little bit better. As I was saying, Vicari's dressed down today. They're wearing a black crop top that's kind of hits maybe their lower ribs, right above right above the belly button, but like maybe 2-3 inches above. And harem pants, but they have geometric creases on the front and back.
Quick question. What's our harem pants?
Yeah, I was just googling it.
Google them.
Baggy,
They're
like billowy type of pants.
like
Aladdin
MC
pants.
Hammer
Yeah.
pants, but less billowy.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Like Aladdin's pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So close to MC Hammer pants, but not there.
No, we are not putting Vicari and MC Hammer in the same sentence. Thank you.
I would love to see
So-
Vicari and MC Hammer pants.
Ren is saying you can touch this.
Most certainly not. Logan definitely couldn't. Okoye might if they ask nicely, and Ken is it's kind of up in the air right now.
I mean,
I want to have MC Hammer pants now.
Of course you do.
Wait, I missed what you said about Okoye. My what?
They just gotta ask nicely.
Ask nicely for what?
to touch this.
Oh. She will let you remain touch free today.
Y'all becoming friends, but not those kinds of friends.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna move Fino a little bit closer to the centers. The clear divide between Okoye and Akari.
Is Okoye doing anything in particular in terms of like this? Is she taking notes and stuff?
Yes, she's taking notes. She's a good student.
A good student? Oh my gosh. No way.
I'm taking notes on my brain notebook.
Vicari is clearly taking notes, of course.
Logren has first class, don't really want to pay attention to the syllabus talk moment right now. Just, this is all syllabus talk. This will all be on a piece of paper later. I don't want to worry about this.
But does he read the pieces of paper?
No, obviously not.
Okay, so then why is he saying this is going to be on a piece of paper if he's not going to read the paper?
Want to know why? Because I do the same exact thing.
Art, can I ask you for some clarification about my previous question? Was it like we are being like 50% of the grade is the stuff that we do together, or 50% of the grade is like taken from everyone else's individual grade combined to one? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's 50% is your group task work type of thing. So the quests you go on, the group exam, that he would have described that towards the end of the semester there will be a final exam where you will be required to go out into a dungeon that has been curated for first years. And tackle the dungeon, and how well you do, how much you complete of that dungeon will be a large portion of your group grade. But it'll be the group grade will be a lot of how you work together, how you adventure together, Whether anybody gets sick or diseased or poisoned, whether anybody ends up like passing out as far as dropping to 0 hit points or not, that sort of thing.
Mm.
It's not huge negative points if somebody drops to 0 hit points, as long as revivify isn't needed. But
So as long as you survive.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I kind of want to get to know this person next to me. Pretty
Okay.
much just because I want to hear more of Art's voice for him. So I'm gonna work up just like some banter about the stuff.
okay,
Like after the question earlier, I want to talk. I want to like elbow him and be like, "Oh yeah, cool. So looks like the rest of the party can do most of the work."
Well, I'm
Something
gonna
casual like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna do as much as I can to help carry the party.
Yeah, you a hard-working type or what?
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure that nobody else takes any damage if I can help it.
What Spire chose you?
do we have the?
Sorry, does that put you on the spot?
Yeah, a little bit, because I'm like, I don't have that up right now. Is that a
You could-
Nuller
You
idea?
could not answer that for now. If
Yeah.
you want.
Oh yeah, this Spire.
Interesting.
Then we haven't made all the spires. I think that's a hard question to ask.
Yeah. I started writing on my spires and then kids, and I was just like, son of a bitch. Like, kids are hard.
What's I ask what's his name?
Oh, my name's Abe Horn.
Nice to meet you, Abe Horn. I'm Kin.
Nice to meet you, Kin.
He extends his gauntleted fist, or hand, really.
I shake it. And that's
Yeah.
I'm not good at actually socializing with strangers.
What? Who's in your party?
The smug person in the crop top in the front row. The person
Victoria
sitting.
is actually
the
completely
robot.
not smug, by the way.
Pino's not a robot.
None of y'all are hearing this. That guy falling asleep over there. Yeah, I point out everyone. What about you?
I'm with the. If you see the two people sitting next to the lazing guy with the phoenix, I'm with them and the guy behind them.
Y'all just
Okay.
pointing me out, and I'm just like snuggling into Phoenix a little more, just like getting a little extra comfy, just like, more.
Oh, Kin, what are your pronouns, by the way?
Thank you for asking. My pronouns are they, she.
Oh, awesome.
What about you?
I'm just a he, him.
Cool.
I don't know why that made me giggle. I'm sorry.
Rare and mysterious he hims.
Mm.
I just heard it as hee haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Yeah, I mean that'll do. I just wanted to get some basic information about him
Sure.
and finding out like which party he's in and stuff like that. It's useful info.
Sorry, random aside, but there was a D&D TikTok that I ran across a while back that was talking about how this person, this DM, has a group of non-traditional gendered people, if you will, and so they're very accustomed to asking pronouns, and like every once in a while the DM throws like a curveball at them, and it was like, what are your pronouns? And she's like, oh, it's she, her, but for the right person, it might be called daddy. It just was like, huh, not sure that's a pronoun, but okay.
It can be if you try hard enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
Definitely.
Anyway, so yeah, Twig finishes up his lecture, ends up handing out a syllabus at the end, which I do not have, but you can look up a syllabus. It talks about the final exam being 40% of your grade. There will be a midterm exam that's worth 30% of your grade. Class participation is another 30% or 20%. And then the last 10%. Oh, shoot, what did I have? Yeah, the last 10% is class attendance.
Okay.
They're technically different. If you attend class and don't participate, you score points. But if you participate in class, yeah, there's more points. And then at the very bottom, it's like extra credit. Quests beyond those assigned to you can earn you extra credit. You will never lose points if you fail in an extra quest. So I encourage you to take those on. Is the verbiage there? There's no textbook for the class. There are numerous books lining the walls, scrolls, and things. And should you require a text, it is either provided in here or it is made sure that it is available in the library in numerous quantities so that first years can all have a copy or two, depending upon, people who might be less careful with books. And there's literally actually comment about how some first years tend to destroy the books, and while it's frowned upon, it's expected.
Okay.
Is anyone getting echo from Art?
I'm not.
Interesting.
Not really,
It
no.
must be me.
You just wanted to hear my voice so much that you doubled me up.
Of course. But of course.
All right. And Twig dismisses you off to do what you will. Those of you who have morning loaded your classes will have another one following this. And this lecture hall, Twig notes, is usually in the same place. But he tries to give a little bit of leeway for those who might be late when classrooms or buildings move unexpectedly. But does note that as soon as he enters the classroom, it will stay put. The building might move or, shift, but the classroom itself will stay put.
Will you? Do you lose points for? Oh, also the way that I was actually imagining the whole moving building thing was like in between days, not like they're just constantly shuffling around. But we can talk about that later.
Mhm.
The attendance being 10% of your grade. So do you lose points if you're late?
No, as long as you're there for at least 75% of the class, barring emergencies that pull you out in the middle of, you don't lose points. You have to be significantly late to lose points, basically.
Wow,
Okay.
this class is more lenient than my actual college classes.
Yeah, no. This is not a capitalistic hellscape, so,
Great.
I figure I can't avoid the party forever, so I'm gonna be leaning. Are these like pillars or what are these things?
Yes, we'll go with. I don't think they'd be pillars. I think they'd be braziers. Just kind of like heat
fires.
sources type of thing. Yeah, little fires.
Okay, well I'm gonna be leaning against the wall then, next
Okay.
to the door, looking casual.
Okay.
Logren
Hmm.
hears class dismissed and just instantly pops up like, all right, done. Thank God.
And as class is dismissed, Tilana and Merrick definitely go up to talk to Twig a bit more.
I mentally tell Duchess to follow discreetly.
Okay. And Duchess does make it up there. You don't catch all of the conversation, but I guess is anybody going to come talk to Kin on their way out?
Yeah, like Logren's definitely going to obviously see Kin just be like, well, well, well. If it isn't our ghost member, where have you been?
You know, I was
Victoria
busy.
hasn't been around either, by the way.
But
You are
have you been
even
not seen at
more
all?
flashy. You are more flashy and more visible.
I have been doing my best to not be seen at all. Like, not even returning or leaving or anytime.
Yeah, and you definitely aren't a shadow raising your hand in the middle of class announcing your name to the group.
I just wanted to be sure the professor knew my name.
Kin, go ahead and roll a stealth with advantage just to see how well you did avoiding everybody's sight.
Okay.
I'm not going to make this contested. It's just how well you did.
18.
18. You did pretty damn well.
Wait, what's my passive perception again?
15, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if it was, I forgot what it was. If it was 15 or 18. I was about to say if it was 18, I was about to start laughing.
Yeah, no. Passive perception rarely gets that high. You have to be pretty damn wise to get up that high. Not to say that your character isn't, but like literally it starts pretty low. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, hey Logren, I was busy. You know, I think we just missed each other for the past 3 days.
I literally wake up early and make breakfast, and somehow you were never there at every breakfast, nor could I see your door open or close.
Maybe I wake up earlier than you.
Logren.
I wake up at 4 a.m.
Logan,
I wake
there,
up at 3:50.
Well, I guess that makes sense then.
Logren, you would have seen the front door. Like you would still be like semi bleary eyed, waking up, and thought that you saw the door close once, when you got up. But other than that, yeah, no, you hadn't actually seen Kin in the morning. And
Yeah.
then I would say that each of the party members caught sight of Kin at one point during the lead up week, after you all kind of had that weird, awkward, dramatic night. But it was never close, and it was never for more than like a second or two. And
By the way, all this drama Logren knows nothing about, so everyone's just awkward around each other, and I'm just like, what happened?
would you have asked anybody about what happened?
Honestly, I feel like Logren was in a position where everybody was acting so weird that it just felt like maybe I'm the weird one for not being that weird at that moment.
Everyone's awkward because of that time you stripped in front of Zor.
No one is awkward about that.
I don't know. I would
It is
still think
not.
some of us are pretty still awkward about that.
Logren doesn't see anybody being awkward about that. Why would they?
Would they? It's just clothes and skin.
You have
Nothing
celestial
bad.
perception, don't you?
Look, Logren, I guess you could say Logris is an oblivious nudist at times, so that is one of those moments that it just came out of him from home life. Because on laundry days, it was literally like, all right, Logren, take off your clothes, throw them in the pile. And then he was just basically just hanging out, just chilling, nude.
You only have the fact that laundry day is a specific day And you only have one pair of clothes.
I have 2 outfits, remember?
So laundry shouldn't be a specific day. It should be every other day.
No. You wear one outfit for 3 days straight, the other outfit for 3
Do you
days
now
straight, or kind
have
of
you worn
interchange it in
clothes for
between.
3 days straight?
Not me personally, but Logren
Okay.
has.
I just
It's
want you
not
to
a
understand it's not a
Logan.
comfortable thing.
When you go ahead and just burn your clothes often enough and you have to keep getting new clothes, it's kind of like a balancing act.
Does anyone else want to talk near the door?
I was gonna say, is anybody else going to
Vic-
stop and talk? So
Vicari is actually spending a lot of time. They're listening in on Talana and Merrick's conversation. Just trying to get an idea of what
Where are they standing?
I mean, they're still at the front of the classroom.
okay,
No, I
roll
mean
perception.
they're like 30 feet away.
Okay.
By the way, Logan's definitely gonna be standing with Kin, waiting for the rest of the party to come, being like, "All right, let's see if everybody's still acting awkward. If everyone's still acting awkward, then I might approach the topic. Maybe."
Sorry.
Also, I would prefer to have Duchess like maybe hiding on
17.
under the desk or something. It's
Mhm.
kind of out in the open right now, which makes
I-
me.
I mean, you can put Duchess wherever you would like.
I
just
actually
kind of
can't. I can't.
you can't.
can't.
Does that mean Logan? You can't move your Phoenix either? Why?
Oh, I can't move my Phoenix now.
Is this? Oh goodness. Okay. I will try and fix that later, because you should have access, but apparently you don't. So I will have to fix that. Let me make note of that real quick. I know I need to.
Will be useful for things.
Okay. Where would you like Duchess to be?
Just under the desk, somewhere less in the open.
Sure. It's kind of in the corner there.
Also, I think I know why we can't move it.
Why?
I think you updated some of the tokens. Like my token on Logren's familiar on the familiars tab is different than the new token. So maybe that's why.
Well, it's the same token.
It looks different to me because like I still have like the gear design on the actual Logan's familiar thing. So I
Oh.
don't know.
I swore I updated that, but apparently not.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Roll 20, be
Well,
acting funny.
Yeah, so on yours, what you're seeing when you click it is the avatar that's selected, as opposed to the token. You don't actually see the token; you would see the avatar. So, if I went in and removed that and update, real quick. Now, if you refresh that or reopen it, it should be the same one. That doesn't actually change the token itself. It just changes the image that you see.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Which,
All right.
I mean, I did change the tokens, so, like, that's probably what happened, but I thought I had fixed that, but apparently not. Anyway, Okoye, do you stop and talk to Kin on your way out?
Okoye's probably going to just smile and wave at Ken and Logan, and she's gonna head to her next class.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let you go without talking to you.
Yeah, like Logan's not gonna stop you. Like Logan's definitely gonna stop you too. Like, Okoye, we haven't really had a big group meeting in a while. Talk stuff. Stop. Don't just walk away. Like, let's talk. Come on. You have some time.
Where you been?
Yeah.
And she's gonna look at both of you. I've been very well, thank you for asking.
Yeah, like we all live literally in the same place, but I haven't really been able to catch any of you guys, and it kind of
We just
hurts.
missed each other. Has Okoye actually been avoiding anyone else? I was asking that sort of like despite the fact that I've been the one avoiding everyone. But
I just mean like that in a general sense, like the whole group hasn't been together. Like I feel like Okoye would be the only person to actually actively kind of be around during breakfast time because they just really don't have any like awkwardness other than the clothes situation. So I don't know. Would you avoid me, Okoye, for the clothes situation for an entire week?
Koye hasn't been avoiding anybody. She's been
All right,
getting up,
perfect.
making breakfast, walking around campus. She doesn't know why everyone else is being awkward. And
Okoye, you're in the same position as me, pretty much. Like we're just like the two. Just what the hell's going on here?
Except Okoye knows exactly what's going on here.
no, it
anyway,
doesn't.
Not fully.
I guess the last thing you do know is that Vikari thought, or thinks that Ken is responsible for the murder.
you still think that? I buried my soul.
I said the last thing that Koye knows.
Okay. I suppose disappearing after that doesn't make me look less suspicious for those reasons either, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm making small talk while Duchess and Vicari are spying on the others.
Did I get anything interesting with my 17?
Yeah, I was going to get to that after we had kind of discussed who was stopping to talk to Kin. Mostly because it's hard to split your attention, so
Totally get that.
Kin would be hearing snippets of conversation versus Vicari would be hearing most of the conversation.
I can get Duchess to fill me in.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we can communicate, we can talk.
Yeah, I just
I mean, it wouldn't be like a tape recorder or anything. It would just be whatever it remembered and the things that, you feel. It would be like someone without writing anything down telling you what happened on
Yeah.
the things they heard.
I mean, that's fine.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just couldn't remember. I knew you could share. You can share your perception with it. So basically, you can see through / hear through its eyes. Does anybody remember if it shares languages with you?
You
I
can
think
communicate with it telepathically.
Yes, but does it share languages with you? So basically, if Duchess is
should.
listening in on a conversation that is a language that it doesn't natively understand, as like as a spider doesn't understand languages, does it
I feel like-
understand?
I think familiars do understand the languages of their summoner.
Yeah, that's what I can't remember, so I'm looking real quick.
Yeah, I don't think they're. I mean, because otherwise, this.
Yeah,
would
like they're not
kind
the
of-
actual animal. It's like more of like a
Aren't
Yeah.
they like a demon or something taking?
a
Duchess is a
no. That's
fae.
like that's for warlocks. They're just like fake commonly.
Mhm.
Warlocks get a
You
little.
can choose
special
whether or not your familiar is celestial, a fae, or a fiend. Duchess, in particular, is a fae.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the hell my thing is. It's just Phoenix. It's bird.
You know what? If Duchess is a fae, actually, then I would probably take Sylvan as my one bonus language. Actually,
Okay.
if that is the fae language, right? I don't. That's a question.
I believe Sylvan is yes. Or yeah, it should be.
Yeah. But do you say that because they're talking in a different language, or
No, mostly I was like, if you're asking Duchess to fill you in later, and Duchess doesn't understand the language, then they can kind of give you feelings and emotions as far as like, were they agitated? Were they happy? What were the emotions? What was the demeanor of the people? But if they can actually understand the language, then they can convey more or less what the conversation was about. And that's where I was like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that they're just gonna understand common, but
yeah, I would assume as well. But it's where I was like, Googling because I never remember. This is saying they have the language capabilities of a small child, but yeah. Stack Exchange is saying that they don't understand languages, but you can communicate with them. So they understand you, but not necessarily other people. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense if it's like a fey creature that has taken the shape of a spider. So yeah,
you can always just go with whatever you think is right.
yeah. I'm just gonna say for ease of everything, we'll say that we'll say that your each familiar speaks common and the language associated most closely with which form they are. So Fey would be Sylvan, demonic would be I think Infernal. I have to look up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yes, they can understand languages. They can't necessarily speak languages, but you can speak through them. I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Or I guess, well, yeah, doesn't matter. Anyway, so Vikari, you get most of the conversation, and we'll go over that after we kind of go over what Kin hears. Kin given that, or I guess since you will ask Duchess later, and she will communicate more or less the conversation. We'll just go with what Vikari hears. So Vikari, you hear Kalana and Merrick expressing concern that the person who left their party early before the test was over, whether this person would be counted against their score or not. Twig reassures them that they are in their own party and will not affect their score, especially since they're not in this class. They're in the other class, or one of the other classes.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Sure, no problem.
You good?
They are relieved about that, of course, and then they ask about how often quests come up that are extra credit. These two are very eager to figure out what the item, or to get the item. There was a question in class asked what the item was, and Twig said you'll have to win it to find out. So it's mysterious.
There's a reward.
So what?
There's a reward. I missed that part. I want the reward.
Yeah.
I think you were more asleep than you were pretending to be, kid.
No, I was not. Legend has ADHD.
Yep.
Kin is fucking watching like a hawk.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
know.
Yeah, so there is a reward for the party that scores the highest in the class at the end of the semester. So
Yeah.
That's the party score, right? Not the
You're gonna
individual
have to do
scores.
some work.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
it's given to the party, and the party decides what to do with the item. Whether it goes to one person or becomes a communal item, whatever. Twig is less concerned about that. It's incentive to make sure that people put their all into this particular class. It's just a reward. Since these two are very keen on winning that reward, they're driven, want to prove themselves because they do feel you gather that because you guys kind of ended up helping them out, they feel like they have something to prove that
Yeah,
they're
they
not
do.
here by luck or chance.
They are here by chance.
And they think that if they win the item, then they will prove to everyone, if not just themselves, that they are worthy of being at the school.
Too bad they ain't gonna win it then.
Twig
I
says.
resent them.
Twig tells them that while it's hard to predict when extra credit assignments will come, they do come fairly regularly, but because there are this class is less populous than others, but since there are several other classes and numerous other parties, it's you kind of first come, first serve. They try and distribute the extracurricular or extra credit quests between or among the various first year classes. So it's not predictable, but you can generally expect 1 or 2 extra credit quests per month. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Just kind of depends. Which is why they said, you want to jump on the opportunity when it arises. If there
How
are,
does that mean? I actually can't ask this follow-up question, but theoretically, would that mean that we would be going on the same quest at the same time as another party, or is it like whoever gets the quest?
It's whoever gets the quest first gets the quest. You are only allowed 1 extra credit quest at a time. This is something that Twig would have answered for Merrick and Tilana. Just because you get there first doesn't mean you get all of the quests that would have been assigned, and if you haven't completed your extra credit quest, you can't take on another one. So, if it's something that you don't think you can easily complete, maybe don't take it on in case there's something easier that comes along, or maybe you do because you don't want somebody else to get that extra credit. It's up to you how you want to do that, or take on quests, but you are only allowed 1 extra credit quest at a time. As it is extra credit, you are expected to do that on the weekends as opposed to during the class week. If it is a quest that is assigned to you, you are given time during the week to complete the quest. Because this is an adventuring college, it is expected that you take on quests, and not all of them are quick one-day trips. Sometimes they take a little time. So your classwork will be moved around as much to accommodate you as possible. But sometimes you have to put in extra legwork in classes if your quest takes a long time. Tilana and Merrick both kind of express concern, being that there's only 2 of them. They're very confident that they're competent warriors, but is there any allowances for smaller parties as far as, do they get extra healing potions beforehand? Do they get extra items beforehand, that sort of thing? And Twig informs them that each party is given a minor healing potion per party member before any class quest. But if you take on an extra credit quest, you have to provision yourself. It is part of why you can technically get negative points in a class quest if you are not careful, but in extra credit quests, there is no negative point allowance. It's I guess, risk-free-ish to take on extra credit quests.
Because you could still die.
Yes, you can still die. There's just your grade won't be negatively affected by you dying.
That's what really matters.
Yep.
Vicari becomes a revenant.
Yeah, and they basically are. Most of the conversation surrounds how the school handles parties of 2, since that is less than ideal in general circumstances. And Twig's like, if you want to try and negotiate somebody away from their party to bolster your numbers, you're welcome to do that. But that's on you. It's not something that the professors are going to do for you, because you're adventurers and you're expected to win people over to your side through wit and skill.
And not stabbing them in the back.
I mean, how. If you think you can win somebody to your side by stabbing them in the back, that is up to you. But yeah.
Give me an intimidation roll.
I feel like that would be a good intimidation roll, or a good intimidation tactic, but not a great persuasive tactic.
Certainly not.
So yeah,
While this conversation is also going on, I want to have the other students left yet? Like, are we the only stragglers, or are people still coming by?
No.
Like,
pretty much everybody else left. Like, for a second, the female presenting person up front left, stuck around a little bit, looking like they wanted to talk to Twig, but then looked up at the wall clock and was like, ugh, like, I have to go, and walked past. They were the last to leave aside from your party, and of course Merrick and Tilana, but
I don't know
else
what
pretty much filtered out.
Did Okoye choose the same morning classes, or
She's the same what? Morning?
did you choose morning classes?
Yeah, she probably would have chose morning classes.
Oh,
Okay.
God, I thought that was something else.
So if we have time before our next class, I want to. I mean, we both took like subterfuge also. I want to walk. No, we're probably not leaving yet. I'm just gonna ask Okoye, like, hey, any progress on that project that I discussed with you before? I'm not messaging this, by the way. Decided I don't mind.
You guys got a project?
Yeah, little art project.
Oh, that's why you've been going ahead and moving around so sneaky. You've been getting stuff for the project.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, got him materials. I see.
it's a secret art project though, so don't
No,
go.
trust me. I was the same way. I had to go ahead and get the chicken fruit. Yeah, the chick fruit. Like if you were around for breakfast, you would have had some chick fruit with your breakfast, but you
Oh.
weren't around.
Had the option to have some chick fruit. Might not have taken that option.
I'm sure it's delicious. But yeah, Okoye, I ask about the project.
If you give me a few more nights, it should be done.
Okay. Appreciate it.
No
Let me know
worries.
if there's anything else you need.
Oh no, I got a pretty well equipped workroom, so.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure I asked that. Is there anything else with the overhearing or with whatever, or are we just waiting for Vicari?
Yeah, we're just waiting for Vicari.
Oh, okay. So it's like before they're like done and saying their goodbyes, Vicari's going to sling their bag on their back and walk towards the exit. So it doesn't look like they were waiting the entire time for them.
Do I? Did I notice that Vakari was just sort of killing time within earshot of Talana and Merrick.
I would say roll perception.
Can I roll contested because there could be another reason Vicari is doing that?
14. I guess if you can describe to me how you would broadcast that you're not eavesdropping,
Oh, well,
I'll give you the chance.
Well, Vicari was at least trying to deceive other people watching Vicari.
Okay.
So
What would
it
Vicari
make
be
sense.
doing? Like,
Well, Vicari was slowly putting their stuff back in their bags and, making it take a little bit longer than it was supposed to.
okay.
That's all.
Might
I guess
look normal, but I know Vakari Uchawi.
we'll say roll deception.
I mean, I might do terrible, of course.
And then Kin, you will roll an insight.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Who does that go to?
The energy in this room is very concerning.
Yep. So, Kin, you notice that Vakari is up near the front, while your other party members come back to you, and the rest of the class, more or less, most of the rest of the class, filters out of the room. And let's see. So, there's something funny about the way that Vakari is putting their stuff away. It could be that they are avoiding the rest of the party still. It could be that they're interested in what Tilana and Merrick are having to say. It could be that they're interested in talking to Twig and just kind of like trying to not make it look like they're interested. There could be any number of reasons, but like it's obvious to you that they're not just putting their stuff away. They're up there for some reason. You might not know what it is, but it's yeah.
And Vicari walks past Okoye, and it's probably moving quickly. Maybe not quite running, but definitely walking brusquely.
Hey, Vicari, wait.
You're not
hold
getting
up.
away with that, right?
Vicari
hold up.
waves as they go, and they kind of tap their wrists like they're hitting a watch because they gotta get ready for the next class.
What? No, wait. Hold up.
That's some
Wait, nope.
bullshit.
Go back.
I
And
still have my
Logan,
next class to get to.
Sure, we can walk and talk.
yeah, like Logan just follows, just like, hey, why are you walking away?
Kin actually doesn't even need to call out. They're just going to follow Logren, and they do smirk to themselves because they're thinking like, I knew I could count on Logren to break the ice here.
You're going to miss your next class.
So just real
Class?
quick, most of your classes. So Vicari, the only other Monday, Wednesday, Friday class you have is offensive magic. I think you said you would take that in the morning. Kin, yours is dance. Logren, you actually have two others: Monsters 101 and Magic Item Creation 101. And Okoye, you have Magic Item Creation with Logren. Could make a quick. We'll say that Vicari, your offensive magic is next. Is in fact at 11 a.m. Not as early as you'd like it to be. I think
Certainly
that
not.
we will make magic item creation will be immediately preceding Adventuring 101. And Kin, I'll let you decide where dance falls in your Monday, Wednesday, Friday class schedule.
I don't know, but honestly, I'm fine if I show up a little bit late. I feel like it's
Let's
With
say Dan says a 9 a.m. class. They want you to show up fairly fresh. Wake up and
Okay.
whatnot. So also would be immediately preceding this particular class. So the only person who actually has somewhere to go is Vicari. Everybody else has free after this.
Yeah, Logan's just like, hold up, you can go ahead and walk a bit slow. There's no reason to be early to every class.
Vicari will be early to every class because Vicari is a good student. The fact
Why
that
are
you are
you
not is
talking in the
one
third person?
talking in the third person now, huh?
Like, is
You
this
can
like a
stand
new
to be a little
fancy
bit late.
people thing that I have no idea about?
You can stand to be a little bit late.
No,
Catch up
I
with your
cannot.
friends.
Unlike some of us, I have responsibilities.
Well, we all have classes and stuff, but you literally have like a 10-minute grace period, and you'll be able to figure out where your class is with ease because you're the great Vikari Ushari.
How
I
did
hope
you
you
mess
find
up
your
my
class.
name? I repeat it
What
pretty
is
much every day.
I messed up your name because when you go ahead and every time you go to your long and extravagant like display of your name to the entire class, I kind of well, I fall asleep slightly. Not
Rude
like
as fuck.
it's like at a certain point it's like you hear it so many times that it's hard to remember because it's like you tone it out at a certain point.
Vicari cast prestidigitation
Nice one, Logan.
and wants to give Logan, while they're talking, the taste of a fart. Just a taste of a fart right up in their mouth.
Like you do that, but you've
Wow.
forgotten what Logren has eaten.
Wow.
Logan just keeps talking like, probably didn't brush my teeth.
Your
Ew.
mouth
Within
tastes
the
like
fire.
a fart?
This fucking
Your
guy.
mouth tastes like a fart.
This is taking a very weird turn, and Okoye is gonna walk ahead quickly because she doesn't understand what's going on.
Honestly, I'm a bit confused on
We're
what you're
vibing.
trying to do. Because do I notice the actual spell like that's being casted right now?
I would think that would be obvious.
You know, Logan just goes ahead and takes a look like, wait a minute. I did go ahead and wash out my mouth after I ate breakfast. Oh, you casting a spell on me? Oh,
Nothing gets past you, Logan.
oh my gosh, Bakari, look,
It still
I
tastes
didn't
like a
mean.
fart. The inside, your
Yeah,
tongue still tastes like a fart.
Logan's literally just like just talking, just like it happens. I've eaten an entire bug before, cooked kind of very badly on like literally the first mission we had. So it's not the worst like kind of flavor in my mouth.
Also, if as Okoye leaves, I want to give her a conspiratorial wink.
Before everybody leaves the classroom, roll perception, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, something.
Okay.
Let's see how the digital dice treat me today. Okay.
Also, did we get did anybody get advantage from last time?
On what?
Advantage or you mean
Oh,
inspiration?
inspiration.
Yeah, that.
I didn't really push the request from last time.
I mean, I didn't send any text things, but I did
Yeah.
say in the call that I nominated everyone else.
21.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
21 motherfuckers, yeah.
Yeah.
Logren is slightly distracted by the taste in his mouth.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and give everybody inspiration for this, especially since I was late. If you want to use that. So your Kins was 14, right?
Mhm.
Yep, okay. I was just making sure that wasn't an earlier roll that I forgot about. So Kin and Legend are interested in Vicari leaving, and Vicari is interested in leaving and has kind of avoided the the gaze
The
of the others,
barricade?
I guess. And yeah. So Vikari and Okoye notice that there is a small symbol that has been engraved in the desk that is near the door.
Oh shit!
What's the symbol?
What
It
are you
is. It
guys
should
talking
be
about?
in the
Not one of those
on the
things.
roll 20 if you can see it.
Yeah, little purple thing right here.
It looks like an upside down A or a
That's
ring
one of
with
those.
And
thingies.
we're gonna take a quick break because I need to do something. I'll be back.
All right, have fun.
Okay.
I'm just getting the chat notifications from Kay.
Oh, I haven't checked in a second.
It's like they just keep popping up, and I'm just laughing my ass off.
Vicari is the gaze.
Hey, and it's more of the fact that Logren was just like, "Did I brush my teeth?" and more less of the
Did you
fact that
brush your teeth? Did
Logren
you brush your
actually
teeth?
did.
No. Whenever has your mouth been so bad that it tastes like a fart?
Okay, Logren actually has a funny situation with that. Pretty much, have you ever went ahead and
What's
tried
funny?
to eat a skunk?
What funny situation does
You
Um,
wait. Excuse me. Where were you going with that? Did you try
No,
to
no,
eat
no.
a skunk
What
and
I-
it fucking like?
No. Have you ever tried to eat a skunk?
No.
Ooh,
No.
why
Who,
would
who
anyone
is this
ever do
question
that?
for? Because I don't feel
But
like
also,
that would be.
no, back up.
Pretty much when you're going ahead and you're hunting in the forest and stuff like that on a weeks long mission and stuff like that, and you're kind of like going a bit low on rations, you go ahead and you set up some traps and stuff like that as you do in the woods, and you catch what you can and you eat what you can. And when you've never actually cut and kind of like carved a stunk before, you don't really know where the actual pretty much where the sack is, where the actual spray and like that stinky spray comes
What
out
are you
of.
saying?
So you don't notice when you cut into it, you
That's
know?
You're
nasty.
saying skunk, right?
Yeah, skunk.
Okay.
So when you go ahead and you're carving into the meat of the skunk, you can probably accidentally cut into the stink sack, basically. And
Much
I
worse than a fart.
assume that's at the back where the butt is. How are you not?
I mean,
like an accidental knife puncture, and like also the sac itself can be like a gland almost, like you know how our livers are a little higher up but they go ahead and filter out our pee and stuff a little lower. It's kind of like that same kind of thing, I think, with stunks. But
I bet
either
they wouldn't
way,
make that mistake next time.
but either cutting into it, piercing it, a
Did you
little
do
bit of
that
liquid must have
today?
gone on the meat. No, I'm saying that this is what happened to Logren, that is just like he's eating stuff that is tasted like fart.
That's much worse than farts, my guy. I feel like your
Exactly.
breath would have been smelling like skunk for fucking a while.
Oh yeah, it was an entire 2-month period of just straight tomato diet. There are some good recipes though.
Lord
Oh,
have mercy. Sorry, I am sorry, Kay. I did not mean to keep switching what is on the screen. But also,
Does Logren
did you
tell
brush
this
your
story
teeth?
about eating?
You know what? Logan will definitely tell y'all the story if y'all question the fact that you're talking so. If you guys mention oh yeah, you're talking so normal with your mouth tasting like farts. Why? And then it's just Logan would definitely explain this to y'all
But
in full detail.
did you eat it recently?
Not recently. It
So
was
why would
about
your breath still smell like that if you didn't brush your teeth this morning? Also, the
because it
question.
was more the fact that the way Logren brushes his teeth is he goes ahead and uses pretty much mint leaf and goes ahead and basically grinds it up and uses that as a paste.
Holy shit! You stink, don't you? All the time. All
No,
the time, you smell terrible.
it's more the fact that the methods he used
Hugging
are a bit more like pretty much I don't use a lot of the more common products because he really doesn't use any products because he never grew up with products. You
There's
forget.
plenty of ways to take care of hygiene and shit like that with, natural shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Logren uses a lot of natural shit.
He-
I'm a
Well,
shifter,
basic.
Kay. You forget. We are kind of.
So
We
basically,
were
he just
from
smells like.
completely different cultures.
Basically, like all this like magic tech, the TV, the whole toaster oven situation is like so kind of like out there for Logren. It's like Logren is learning everything slowly.
Oh no.
Like this is like kind of like a like I guess you can call it culture shock, but Logren is so laid back about everything that it's the shock value isn't as high, which explains the hatred towards the toaster because toasters are a normal thing. Why would Logren not know how to use it if he grew up around that stuff? You know?
Lord of mercy.
So literally, it is culture shock.
Oh my god.
Now y'all understand a bit more why.
Ugh.
Why are you resisting that urge? Legend.
I just, I just, I try not to stand on my soapbox all the time.
But we could also agree that Logren's threshold for cleanliness is probably not the same as Vicari's.
Definitely not the
Definitely,
same.
and look,
Definitely
it's
like
completely
10 times
understandable that
different.
Vicari
Yeah.
would react the way that they react.
Like
I'm just
look,
saying.
like your reaction is genuine right now. Logren's just like, why is this such a shock? Is this not like a normal occurrence at times?
Ken likes Logren. Logren's good people.
Hmm.
Good friendship. Good friendship.
Yeah, there was actually kind of a moment of legitimate like trust, sort of, earlier by talking about something secret in front of Logren instead of trying to hide it.
Yeah, because that could have easily been a message situation, but no, just
Mm.
like, oh, yep, that's Logren. You know, Logren be Logren. We could talk.
Yeah, I mean that's not something that Ken usually would do. So
Yeah, I was a bit
it's
shocked when you weren't using message. I was like, oh, okay. Also, I'm literally surviving off of the lunch that I had earlier today at work. By the way, the diner makes amazing food. And also 1 can of Pepsi and 2 cans of Arizona sweet tea.
damn. You got any snacks?
No. Because my roommates and my roommate's roommate, I guess we can call them, they went ahead and they are they are spooky gays. And this is Halloween season. So they went to Walmart when they were bored. And I told them to wait because I didn't have a shopping list and I was doing a D&D thing last night. And they went ahead and instead of going there to get a laptop and a little bit of food, they didn't get the laptop because the moment they walked into Walmart, you know Walmart has spooky season stuff right in front of your face. So I
Yes.
come back in the house at 2 o'clock in the morning and just see on the couch covered with Halloween decorations. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. I am disappointed immensely.
Yes.
You,
It was huge.
you better not go ahead and let me mention the fact that y'all almost locked me in the room. Locked me in my own room. If I would have went ahead and went to sleep and woke up late at night and tried to use the bathroom, I'd be trapped.
See, this is why you need a chamber pot.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a paper pot in my room.
Hey, um,
Oh,
is everyone back then, or never left?
I think Art's not here yet.
No,
I
I'm
heard
not here at all.
You're here.
Never.
you were distracted.
You were distracted about talking about being locked in your room, and
Yeah, by my own roommates. Yeah.
yep.
Chat
Yeah. So the baby is having issues, so we're gonna wrap up pretty
Bye, buddy.
promptly at midnight. But
Okay.
Okay,
But yeah, you kind of missed
Get
an
in a
entire
fight,
conversation.
beat someone up, or ruin Vicari's attendance. We
Hmm.
can do it quick.
Yeah, let's ruin it. Let's ruin Vicari's attendance.
well, Vicari
I
and
told the-
Okoye noticed the symbol.
Oh, y'all gonna point that out?
Vicari would probably write it in their notebook when they got to their next class.
You're not gonna comment it? Anyone else?
Is
Why
Okoye
would
gonna
Vicari
comment
comment it? Vicari's not talking to anyone.
God damn. Not even Logren.
Logren
Vicari's
couldn't
especially
see
not
it.
talking to Logren.
I'm gonna message Vicari and say,
Okay.
"You good?"
You and I are not good.
I told you the truth.
Let's talk later. That is
Kin
received.
resists showing an annoyed face, but yeah, I don't know. They don't respond to that. But yeah,
And Vicari walks off to their next class, I assume. Unless anyone's going to stop them.
I mean, I'm not going to. Does Okoye point out the strange symbol on the desk?
Yes, she does.
What was that?
Yes, she does.
What symbol? Oh.
This
Vicari, come back. Weird thing.
Already around the corner.
Oh god.
This motherfucker.
this squiggly thing on the desk.
Can I investigation here? Was anyone sitting here?
No one was sitting there this class.
Can I do an investigation on the symbol and the area, see if there's anything
Sure.
or anything? Hell yeah.
21.
Nice.
So yeah, in your light investigation, you do note that this symbol does look very, very fresh. It appears to have been kind of gouged into the wood with a small, sharp object. Could have been a dagger, it could have been a pick. I don't know necessarily what the implement was, but there are some wood shavings that are like on the desk and ground. None on the seat itself. And they all look like they're pretty much where they dropped. As for the symbol itself, I don't.
I recognize that symbol from a thing in fiction that I have seen before, but I
Oh,
don't
yeah?
know what the symbol is called.
Um.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Does that look like a liar?
No, it's a. What's it called, Art? I know that symbol. I just don't know what it's called.
I actually don't know what the symbol is called.
Oh, did you make it? I thought you made it up.
No, it's a thing.
Do. What is it? Let's see. Do. Find.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do. Let's see. Can we find it? Less than helpful.
Oh, it's a astrological symbol for Ophiuchus.
Yeah, I was like, I don't actually know if it has a name. But it's Orpheus's astrological symbol. Yes,
Mm.
that's why I was like,
Um,
does it have a name? I don't know. I
I'm
drew
going
it myself,
to,
but
I'm going to call over the professor. Unless there's anything else that I get from my investigation.
not particularly. No. It's fresh. It was gouged with some sort of sharp implement. Yeah, I think those are the main points of it. As far as like, you note that it was drawn with somebody like probably most likely sitting there. It is drawn on the left, so probably drawn by somebody left-handed, or gouged, I should say, carved by somebody who's left-handed. Do
It's just the same way which is the same way they would cut up the victim.
Right.
yeah.
Is there any way to figure out how long ago it was carved? Like, I know you said recently, but like, is there like any way of telling other than that?
Uh,
Like, obviously, we would have to do a check or something, but is there any way or no?
He
yeah.
said that it seemed like it was recent.
Yeah, recent Logren, if you want to do like a nature check in inspecting it,
Okay.
having been around wood a time or two,
Wood.
That's 19.
yeah,
Mm,
as Logren is intimately familiar with wood, you would know that this was most likely carved today. It's still fresh. You can kind of get that smell of the wood that's still permeating from being cut / gouged. Like it's been marred, and so it doesn't smell like the old musty wood that the rest of the wood has taken on the smell of. It is that fresh, like I don't know if you've ever been in a wood shopping or carpentry shop. You can kind of get that smell of fresh cut lumber.
Oh yeah.
It smells faintly of that
Ah.
still, so it's fairly fresh. And Professor Twig comes over. Yes, what can I do?
First day, and someone's already carving up your desks. And a gesture to the symbol. And I also am paying very close attention to the professor's reaction.
He looks down at it and go ahead and roll insight.
While you're like looking and trying to look for a reaction, Logan goes ahead and asks, "You teach just specifically in this room, or do other teachers in other classes come in here today so far?"
This is the Adventuring 101 classroom. There, technically, we do use other classrooms sometimes as well, but I am not the only professor from this class.
Well, was there another professor who taught here today, or has it just been you so far?
No, there were 2 other Adventuring 101 classes taught in this room this morning.
Mm, all
Shucks.
right.
Well, did I see anything from his reaction with my 17?
So with the 17, you see a disconcerted look. It's you know that he is not going to be excited about somebody carving on the desk, and he makes mention of that first years often want to leave their mark as early as possible. Kind of trying to brush it off, but with an insight of 17, you know that that's more hollow words than anything. This is not something that Twig was hoping to see. Um, it is troubling to him.
Mm.
And I just say, well, between the past 2 classes, somebody had a little bit of an art streak, let's say.
Who
Yes.
else
So-
teaches
Do
in this room?
do any of the 3 of you know prestidigitation
I do not.
or mending, perhaps?
You know, our wayward teammate who just stormed off dramatically knew prestidigitation, but you know.
Maybe someone else might know mending, huh? I don't know.
I'm sure you can get it fixed pretty easily. Someone's got to know the spells you need.
Yes, I'll find somebody who can fix it. I'm not.
Did it seem like they were kind of maybe too hasty to remove it?
With an insight of 17, you can tell that they want it gone. Having looked around the room plenty, you do note that for the most part there aren't any inscriptions or markings on the desks. They are all pretty pristine. Not like brand new, but like they do appear to receive regular repairing, yeah, of any damages that might happen to them. It is a magic school after all. They want to keep things pretty.
Okay. I want to ask him. Who else? Which teachers taught in here today?
I would have to check the schedule. I don't know off the top of my head. I only pay attention to my schedule, really.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Is this sort of stuff written anywhere? Is
What
it
do you
public
mean?
schedule or just?
Oh, the class schedule. Yes, you can go to the dean's office, and they have a master list of classes and professors who are teaching them. Should have the times as well.
Thank you very much, Professor Twig.
Of course, happy to help. And he runs up, or not runs up, but like walks up to the front and like rummages through the desk and whatnot. If you stick around, he's looking for something. But
I tell the others, I think we should check out that schedule. Whatever this is, it seems related to this whole murder mystery we got going on.
Well, personally, I think finding out the teacher that was teaching the class would be a good step, but how sure are we that the teacher would be able to recall who was sitting where, and this teacher didn't even ask for names at all. So how would we even know if they would have any clue of who that student was?
Well, can't hurt to ask, probably. And worst case scenario, I can figure it out myself.
Gotcha.
We can
Well, I'll
always
let
ask
you
others
deal
in
with
the class also.
Well, I'll let you deal with finding that list because, well, I feel like me trying to do that would basically be the equivalent of a walking torch walking through a library, which y'all let me do, by the
You
way.
could just not be on fire for once. That would work also.
Well, look, not being on fire is kind of difficult for me. I'm not 100% sure why, but we'll get into that later because I don't even know why.
Mhm.
All right. Well, yeah, I can go check out the schedule. I mean, you guys can come with if you want. I don't have a class for the rest of the day.
You don't? Lucky you. I still have like a magic item making class, and then like learning monster stuff class. It's just syllabus day, so I'm probably gonna end up sleeping through it. But
Never change, Logren.
look, it's syllabus day. They were just standing around talking all day. It's not a lot of information, you know. It's like, look, either way, and I'm just like go ahead and whistle, and then I just say, Phoenix, stop taking a bath in the braziers. Come on. and, and then like basically it's just a bird bath for a phoenix at this point, just bathing in the fire.
You should have control of your token again. Hopefully.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I
I was
call
like, I
it
thought
Duchess.
you moved it, but
I bring Duchess back to me.
you also should
I
have
don't have her
control.
like walk from the desk so that Professor Twig doesn't see. I just pull her back in the pocket dimension and then summon her back on my shoulder, and we'll go over what she overheard later.
Sure.
But
I said you should have also control of her, and Okoye should have control of Fino.
Of Jumbo Fino.
Yes,
Jumbo
Jumbo
Fino.
Fino.
Jumbo Fino.
It's not just Fino, it's Fino.
Fino.
Okay. So you all accompany Kin to look at the class schedule.
Well, where exactly do you plan on finding said schedule?
wherever it is that Professor Twig told me it was, that I've already lost in my brain mind.
Outside the dean's office.
Yes, I go there.
I guess I can come along. I don't necessarily have a class for a little while.
Okay.
Like, what classes do you guys have after, like, this one?
Got nothing else today, but before this class, I had dance. I got I say the rest of my class list, but I do not mention subterfuge.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay, so interesting schedule. How about you, Okoye?
I have class today. I can't remember which ones, and I wrote it down somewhere in my notebook.
You had magic item creation earlier in the day. Or, I guess, you could have it out in the afternoon if you wanted it in the afternoon.
Yeah, she'll take that in the afternoon.
Okay, so you're in
I've
the
been
same
yelled at
one
the same one.
with
So
Logren.
you
Yeah.
in class with me? Oh, that'd be fun.
You want to
Logren and
create
Okoye.
magic items?
Yes. Look, my family used to go ahead and make these like small like wooden pendants with like iron engravings, and they used to allow them to boost their strength. And one of my aunts, so she was able to go ahead and basically jump over a giant oak wood in a single leap with no skill at all. Like she was one of like weak ones, but she had like these fancy boots that she made. Oh my god, I loved it. I want to actually learn how to do certain stuff like that. You know. It'd be fun.
That'd be pretty cool. If y'all make anything cool, I would love to try it.
Um, Korean probably would be the best one to try the stuff they make. I'll try to test the stuff out personally myself before I let anyone else try it. I do have a tendency to go on fire, so I fear that the stuff I make may also go on fire. I don't know.
Good call.
It's best I test up first.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
I
fun.
mean,
Let's go
we
get that
to the-
scheduled.
to the dean's office.
To the dean's office. All right.
Who is the dean? Or I mean, you can do that later. You don't have to do that now.
Yeah, it
but,
was. The dean is Dean Bob.
Dean Bob.
That's the place. That's the placeholder for now.
That is not canon.
No, it's not. It is not canon.
I
It's
will
not
believe
spelled
it
how
as
you
so.
think.
I will believe it's canon.
It's not how you think.
All right, so you all head off to the dean's office. It is in the administrative area of the campus, which, as has been previously noted, can change building, but the actual rooms stay put. As far as in the building, they can move floors from time to time, but they do all stay in this building so that students can at least find them. So you have to pass by the registrar and financial aid office before you get to the dean's office, where you look at the class list outside. I'm assuming you look for Adventuring 101.
Yes, I do.
Yep. So there are two, as I said, Adventuring 101 classes that were in that same classroom. We'll say that it had a name and you can associate it with it. I didn't come up with one, so if you want it, I'll come up with it later. But the first class, taught at 8 a.m., was taught by Armis Surfiel. I will put that in chat so that you have that. Oh, gosh darn it.
Are these all first year classes or?
These are Adventuring 101s, yes. There are Adventuring 201 and 301 and 401, also listed.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, these are all firsties.
Well, at least the names are easily available for us. I was kind of worried that we would have to do some jumping through hoops to get this list. I'm kind of glad this was easy.
Does it show if these professors have any more classes for the rest of the day? Like, can I predict where they might be?
You can definitely look for whether they have more class. You can peruse the class list to see if they have more classes or not throughout the day.
That is what I'm looking.
Yep. So I sent in Roll20 chat, and we can add that to
Clean Pit Knackle.
Yep, Clean Pit Knackle and Armis Sarfiel were the two Adventuring 101 professors that taught earlier in the day.
Yeah. So do I see if they have any more for the rest of the day?
Yep. So each of them has another adventuring class later in the day. Excuse me. Excuse me. Both of them teach at 2 p.m. One of them teaches in the same room. That would be Armis Sarfiel. And Clean Pit Knackle teaches in a different room, also at 2 p.m., still Adventuring 101.
And it's like 11 or so right now.
Yep. This was a 10 a.m. class, so it is shortly after 11.
Okay.
As Vicari is enjoying their offensive magic class. And it's not just magic that's cast by saying, fuck, shit.
I'm gonna catch up with one of these teachers before their next class. When is your magic item class?
You're Xing the wrong person. I just was gonna wing it.
What? You were gonna wing when you need to go to your class?
Uh,
You know the buildings move, right?
Yeah. You know what? Thank the heavens that Okoye is in the same class as me. This is gonna definitely help me
Right? I
out right
mean,
now.
shit.
Oh yeah, when's our class?
After lunch?
Yep. So magic item creation is at 1 p.m.
Perfect.
Alright, so I guess y'all won't be able to help me with this recon. I mean, if Vakari was here, they could help me do some research, but
They're in class, so it's
You
not
could
really
go to
that
Vicari's
bad.
class. That's where one of the teachers is right now.
is it? I was not aware of that.
That's what Art said, right?
I said they both have class in the afternoon.
Oh no, I thought you said one of the teachers that was doing Adventure 101 was teaching the offensive magic class.
Oh no, I did. I said that Vicari was enjoying their offensive magic class. I didn't say it was taught by.
Oh,
his
I'm
professors.
sorry. There was not referring to
Nope.
the teacher was referring
I
to.
also
Yeah,
don't
no.
think I know what class they were going to. So I don't know where Vakari is right now. Not that I wouldn't
Wait.
try to find out.
None of us know where Vicari is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Vicari knows where Vicari is, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the buildings are always moving, so they really don't know.
That's true. That's very true.
You think they're right next door.
Well, if either of you track down Vicari before your next class, let them know about what we figured out so far and tell them to try and catch up with Clean Pit Knuckle. And I will check with Armis Sarfield.
We're splitting the party.
Well, we got class next.
Yeah, I mean, they got a class at the time.
Yeah, but you and I are splitting them.
True. I guess we could wait. I just,
Well, it was more the fact that it was like they were gonna go and do this now, and if we ran into you,
yeah.
we
I
would
mean, I
tell you
can't.
this, but if we don't, then
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
I just can't. I can't talk to both teachers at the same time. So if they see Vicari, then send them out to the other person.
Yeah.
So let's see. Logren, roll. I don't know. I guess we'll call it a history check. And Okoye and Logren, you both can roll. We'll call it intelligence.
Oh, great! Still bad for me.
Oh, I meant Kin and Okoye. Logren can roll the history.
I'm rolling
Oh,
intelligence.
Yes.
So I'm still rolling with the same. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh my!
Oof.
Wait,
Are
that
you
was a
rolling
save.
saves or the checks?
Just a check. Not actually a save.
Oh, sorry. Oh, good.
That's all right.
We all have it. We still all have advantage, and the session's about to end. So
Yeah,
might as
if
well
you want to
use
use it.
I'll use mine, I guess. I'll see if I
Oh,
get higher than a 16.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
My
Kin, are you
doesn't
using your advantage to take the 14?
Nope, I'm just gonna hope that something else comes up right now.
I got a 16, so maybe we'll figure out something.
okay.
Okay.
How do I get better than Okoye too? What the hell's going on here?
So, Ty or Legend, you as you're talking about classes and whatnot, you remember that you do have an additional class in the afternoon.
What, for real?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah. Logren has 3 Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. They're the only one
Oh, I
with.
mean, that's
3.
not the sort of thing that I would actually forget. I have a
No,
big
not
galaxy brain.
not Kin. Logren.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This is
Logren.
Logren has an additional class.
Yeah,
Okay, because you
Logren-
said
yeah.
legend actually.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I meant Logren.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Like I do have a nighttime class. Yeah.
It's a 3 p.m. class. It's not a nighttime class, but
Ah.
What you
I mean,
wanna
it
do?
still is fine. But I will say with Kin and Okoye, with your roles, you could theoretically catch one professor right before and one professor right after the class if you didn't want to split the party.
Okay, I mean,
Since
yeah,
you do know where they're going to be, and I don't imagine you're going to be taking the entire class period to talk to one professor.
yeah, I we can do that since there's two of them. I can catch one of them before, and then we can meet up and catch the other one after.
Okay. That's like a plan.
Relay this plan to the gang.
All right.
Right.
You could. Well, wait. I believe messages line of sight, and since you can't see Vicata, you can't actually.
Yeah.
That.
I mean,
You know what? Like Vicari's out of the loop, and we're gonna have to like Logan goes in and just
that's
basically
what they
says,
guys are avoiding everyone.
"Look, this is what Logan says to the rest, like to Ken and Okoye. Guys, I don't know what's going on with Vicari, but I think Vicari's going through something. Like they're more disconnected than
I think
they
they're being a
were.
brat.
Why would you say such a thing? Wait, did something happen?
This seems directed.
Like that was very, very harsh. What would you say? Like, did something
You
happen
know-
between you guys?
Yes. Yes, something did. I'd rather
Well,
not get into it right now, but
no, of course.
they're being a brat.
All right, so something happened. Okay, so it was less about the entire group, but more like avoiding that conversation that's gonna need to happen.
Yes.
Okay, I guess that's understandable. Well, hopefully we can
Just
get that.
do me a favor and don't gossip about this, please.
No worries. Lips are sealed. And he does like the zipping his lips, but like with fire, just like, and then flicks a flame into the air. Do it.
What about
Lips
you?
scabbed.
You got anything to say about this? Okay.
Oh, uh, she nods. She doesn't have anyone to tell anything to anyway. So
Yeah,
It's her-
Logan's also in that same position. Like Logan's like lips scabbed, but I really got no other friends here, so
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Just keep an eye out. If you see them, we'll let them in on the plan. But otherwise we're just we're doing this. We've got our plans.
gotcha. Now it's time to go make a magic bomb. Let's go, Okoye.
Good luck with that.
wait, they're letting him make a bomb?
I don't know, it's magic item class. Maybe I can make a giant fire explosion. Who knows?
I don't like that idea.
Well, we'll figure out the kinks later. Oh, wait. Or maybe we can go ahead and make a maybe like a flame crystal enhancement for Fino to make it have a flamethrower. Shoot fire. Whoosh.
You have this weird thing with fire that I'm sure a robust round of therapy could cure.
It's definitely sexual.
You know, we could add a freeze rate to it, maybe, I guess. Like, that'd be fun. Like, not as, dangerous, but sure, it's like a choice.
In what world is a freeze ray not as dangerous?
No,
I mean-
like you can melt out of it with ease. Like, that's all I'm
It
saying.
also. How potent is the freeze ray? Is it like I can freeze an ice cube very quickly, or is it
Exactly.
like I don't know, Dr. Horrible's freeze ray?
Yeah, it's like cone of cold levels, or are we talking about shape water levels?
While during my free time before
Mhm.
this plan goes into action, I am actually going to go over my memory of the class, the people I saw, um the syllabus, all the stuff that was mentioned. I'm going to transcribe it into notes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
just
Sure.
what I do.
Sure. Are you going to go eat lunch in the meantime as well? You gonna do that at
I'm going
lunch?
to. I would grab like a quick lunch and take it back to my room
Okay.
and just like sort of eat while taking notes.
Okay. Logan and
Practical.
Okoye, do you grab lunch in that off time?
Yeah, why not? Look, we can always eat.
Yep, Okoye is going to go eat too.
Okay.
Just
And
burns
then
right through him.
Vikari, do you go and eat lunch?
Vicari may probably did eat at some point. They probably waited into an off hour, so something maybe like later than everyone else did, or like earlier. You know
Well,
what I mean?
you would have had class right afterwards, and so I guess for Okoye and Logren, would you have gone immediately following Adventuring 101, or would you have waited for like noon?
Logan would have probably waited till after. He kind of got himself excited over the idea of making Big Bomb.
And Okoye?
Uh, she would have. You're asking if she would have eaten before or after class, right?
No, I'm asking would she have eaten immediately following class or waited until like noon, or would she have waited till after class? Like it's like when would you have eaten lunch?
She would have ate before class.
Okay. Do yeah.
Anyone catch sight of Vikari?
That's what I'm trying to decide right now. Logren, having gotten so excited about making the bomb and skipped lunch, you would have waited until after
Yep.
during the period where Adventuring 101 is taught again. Okoye would have eaten, I'm going to assume, immediately following, or I guess, yeah, would Okoye have eaten immediately following Adventuring 101 or right before magic item creation?
Right before magic item.
Okay. So then I would guess that Vicati would not go at noon since that's kind of the standard time frame.
Since I would actually have, I would have Vikari would have been in class from 11 to 12. And
Yeah.
I was taking my notes. But after that, I just walk around the campus, take
Okay.
a look at people, see if I catch sight of Vikari coming out of their class or anything.
Okay. Vicati, give me an hour, I guess, that you would have gone to get your food.
Probably 1:30 maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
That is actually when I need to be doing that to catch one of the teachers. So
Yep.
that would not be. That would actually be the point when I would stop looking for Vikari.
Yep. So I will say.
I just mean like between the hours of 12 and 1:30.
Mhm.
I am just looking around to try and catch like they have to come out of their class at some point. I don't know what class they're in, but I'm hoping like maybe I'll get lucky and see them walking out of a room or trying to get back to the dorm or whatever.
You probably should have checked the most obvious place,
Where is that?
the library.
True. Very true. I mean, I don't want to meta game, but Ken is pretty smart.
This is true.
I mean, there are a few places that Vicari likes, and one of them that is obviously their Actually, probably 3 places that you know for sure that Vakari likes. The rooftop garden, where you talked to them before, and you probably have heard of them going for maybe meditation or something like that. The library and their room, of course.
Okay, then yeah, I'll check out these places if you feel like it's something that I would obviously know about Vakari.
I mean, it depends on how closely you watch Vakari.
I'll watch very closely.
I was gonna say I would assume Kin would be watching everybody pretty closely to try and gauge where they go.
I mean, that
Um,
is a big part of what I am actually trying to do with my people observation is like who is in what classes, where do people hang out, what parties is everyone in.
mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, I will go check out these places, the
Okay.
garden, the library.
So then, it's kind of hard to do without metagaming. But Vicati, where would you have gone after your class to kind of delay before lunch?
Would have gone to the library.
Okay.
Did we never answer the question? What does Alimayu look like?
Who?
The librarian, the
Oh.
person at the information desk.
I don't remember you asking that. Sorry, I must have missed it.
We had joked about it before, but
Funny, my stream says that you can see it, but I cannot.
oh, for some reason it was saying that I couldn't graphically handle this, which is ridiculous.
So let's. You have giant in the middle there.
I would
Yeah.
love for the librarian to just be fucking tall as hell.
Legitimately,
hot.
just a massive human.
That could be hot.
It could be very hot.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Diff by snoo snoo. Diff by snoo snoo.
It ain't even got to be a giant, just like a I don't know, really tall librarian.
That's fair.
So basically, Lady the. Why do I keep forgetting how to pronounce that damn name?
Dimitrescu.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Demetesque. So yeah, that's. I mean, I didn't really have a description written out, but you can see the token in Roll20. That is what she looks like.
Nice.
Sorry.
We'll go ahead and say that she is taller than average as well.
Nice.
Sorry, Roll20 is having problems with me, so I don't actually see. But the service interview descend. Okay. Can you all still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
For some reason, it is my connection to the server, and it's saying the page is not responding, and so on and so forth. Either way,
What do you think happens here? I'm looking for you.
probably Vakari would be talking to Alimayu. I don't know what. Probably asking a few questions about a few things. I think Vakari would ask specifically if there were any other what you call it, if there were any other books written by the same author as the previous book that they checked out a few days ago.
Okay.
And
You know, one of the issues with them with everyone avoiding, or well, I guess just us avoiding each other, is that I probably didn't get to read that book.
Nope. Vicari definitely didn't. Vicari is the one who is holding the book, and has not let anyone else read it.
I read the other three though.
You did.
Mm-hmm. As uninteresting as they were.
But knowledge is power.
It's true.
One of them was literally about fucking men and how oppressed they are, or something, right?
I forget what all the descriptions were, but yeah, more or less. Like, not a book that you want to read, but it's there.
All right.
So-
well, how soon can I come and kick Vicari's ass?
We'll say that. Actually, here, pick a number between 1 and 100.
25.
It doesn't occur to you right away that the library is somewhere that you should probably look for Vicari. You think about the tailor shop that you all visited recently, and you're like, oh, Vicari likes clothes. Yeah. Check that out. Vicari's not there, obviously. You think about the room, and about halfway to the room, you're like, no, Vicari's trying to avoid us. They wouldn't go to the room. That's silly. Then halfway upon leaving, you're like, no, they would think about us knowing that they're avoiding us, so would go to their room to buck expectations. And you start heading back, and then you basically second guess yourself a little bit. You do go check, knock on the door, listen at the door, kind of do a little bit of investigation in the room to see if you see anything disturbed from when you left this morning. Basically
Wait,
to try and
they got in my room?
no. The common room, the common area.
Okay.
No. They nobody gets into anybody else's room without invitation, express invitation. Being let in, basically.
Keeps the vampires out.
Yeah, exactly. Or in. So Kin does like an investigation in the common area to see if there's any sort of sign of Vicari going there. They don't discover any, and Kin is pretty confident in their investigatory prowess, so concludes that Vicari is most likely not in their room. You know, they can be sneaky at times, but they're not that sneaky. You think about the rooftop garden, and you go check that out. Kind of do another investigation type of thing to see if there's anybody, or if Vicari had been there. There's a couple students who are looking dreamily into each other's eyes up there.
I want to take note of that.
Okay, yep, take note of that.
I'm one of the categories in my fucking memory vault is like, who's in a relationship with who?
Yep. One of them you do recognize from the classroom. You will be able to take note of that. I don't know if you actually want to take note of it or not, but you know it is noteworthy.
No, it is, yeah.
It is the one of the male
I don't need
figures.
to like necessarily write it down.
Okay,
I just
yep.
like I am in character. I know these things.
Yep. Well, for anybody who's rewatching the stream or is interested there, it is one of the characters who was in the unobservant persons party. Specifically, the one sitting closest to Logren in the classroom. He is staring dreamily into the eyes of a young lady who let's see. She has
Not to rush you,
Yep.
Art, but you did want to wrap up soon, so I think we should probably skip over the side stuff and get to.
That's fair.
see.
I kind of wanted to give you guys more time since my wife was able to calm the baby down. So, like, it's not
Okay.
super exigent that I leave, but, if he starts crying again, I'll cut it short. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay, I hear
they're
ya.
looking dreamily into each other's eyes, and you're like, oh, do I interrupt them and ask if Vicari's been here? Or do I just kind of assume that they've been here for a while and Vicari would have been like, no, lovebirds, no. Up to you whether you want to disturb them or not.
I'm going to choose not to.
Okay.
I don't need our fucking drama spread around the school.
So I would say around, we'll call it around 1 p.m. when the other two would have started their class. You make your way to the library. Vicari, you have been talking to the librarian. Remind me what you were asking her about.
If the
The
book that
author.
the author had written any other books.
Yep. And she spends a little bit of time looking, looks for alternate spellings, and comes up with nothing. That's the only book associated with that author.
And you said the inscription was signed.
Yes.
Can I say if that book or if that name is a name that is also associated with any authors?
She does more searching. Again, checks alternate spellings, any sort of typos, that sort of thing, because it's coming up zilch as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alimayo. It's a pleasure to see you again, and I hope I still get picked for librarian assistant. Um, Thank you again. And
You're-
Vicari probably goes. Sorry.
You're most welcome.
And Vicari goes probably to sit down to read something somewhere.
I will say, Vicari, go ahead and pick high or low.
To Vicari. Vicari's gonna choose high.
Vicari's going to choose high. Oh!
Low as possible.
Lowest possible. All right. Vicari does not get chosen for librarian's assistant.
Oh my god. That's
No,
so sad.
what?
Oh no.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it rolled.
He was crushed immediately.
Like, just
Ooh.
like you won't necessarily find that out right away, but like just for the future, when it is chosen, Vicari will not be on the list.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have to be there for Vicari when that day comes.
Vicari wants none of you to be there for them at all.
we gotta be the best friend support group. Besties.
Can I give
Listen,
him
we're
my
gonna fucking
inspiration
talk.
for a reroll?
Say what?
Can I give him my inspiration for a reroll?
Vicari, did you use your inspiration?
I have not.
Okay.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure.
Kind of get that library assistant position.
You gonna still pick high?
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
All right.
Okay.
dun-na-na-na-na-na-na.
So, to make that make a little, well, yeah, it's a D100, so technically inspiration doesn't work. So we're gonna say that when Vicari first looks at the list, like, Vicari doesn't even think that anybody's going to misspell their name, and so is like gutted for a second when they check the list that they're not chosen, and then one of their classmates, because this isn't going to happen for like a week or so, who has learned your name, like comes up to you afterward and is like, "Hey, congratulations on the library position, Vic." And then Vicari rechecks it, and it's Vikawi for some reason is how they spelled
Ugh.
it. But the last name is spelled correctly.
Goddess.
Do you just
Lord Shango
yeah
in the sky.
I just love that this person referred to them as Vic.
yeah. Well, there's somebody who thinks they're closer with Vicari than they actually are, and
No one is that close.
yeah, not even my mother. Yeah. Anyway, so Kin makes their way to the library. We'll say towards right at the end of the conversation with the librarian.
When they sit down to relax and read some books, I'm gonna sit across from them very, very suddenly, just sort of ruining their peace. What's up, Vic?
Vicari, go ahead and find where you would like to sit down. Because I'm going to say what happens
Both
is
not.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's not working.
That's right. You said that. Because what happens is Vicari ends the conversation with the librarian and starts walking away, and Kin is like, "Haha, I see you, motherfucker," and decides to follow. And Vicari, being Vicari, what the? Now I can't select Vicari's token. That is amazing. What is going on?
Yeah, no, it really was like, no, motherfucker, you cannot. And I was like, all right.
No, right now your token is beneath the map for me. I can see your name and I can see your health bar. It does the crosshairs when I hover over to act like I can move you. Is not actually letting me move you. So
That's weird. Okay.
yeah, no, I'm just like, this is really bizarre. But we're gonna say Vicari comes and sits in this chair. They would sit in the kind of courtyard type area to get as much sun as possible. And Kin, right in that chair, right above you. You just moved yourself all over. I'm not
Are
sure what you did.
those single person chairs or benches?
They are if you're close to the person, benches.
Okay.
Think kind of
we hate
love
that.
seat-esque.
What's that in the middle?
Like you'd be touching thighs.
Yeah. In the middle is like a small burbling fountain. It's like knee to waist height, not super high, but like it's there. And Logren's just exploring.
Look,
Which
I
is
can't
fair.
see what's going on without.
That's
moving my
fair.
feet.
You want to?
Yeah,
Look, it's just
I just
inspecting the area.
Logren and Okoye are not actually here, but so that they can see what's going on. They're here.
Yeah.
Just teleporting around the area. Just random cardboard cutouts moving around the area.
All right. So where does Kin sit?
I'd show up right here and lean on this chair, just like next to them, and I'm like, "Hey there, Vic. Been looking for you."
Oh, look, you found me. It must have been so hard for you to find me in the library.
Super easy for my investigative mind. First place I checked, definitely.
Of course. What do you want, Kin?
What is with you?
What do you mean?
I told you the truth. The truth I have not told anyone. And you, what? You mad at me? You jealous? What's your deal? Why are you avoiding me? We have mysteries to solve.
Kin, I am not jealous of you. That's for certain. But I will admit, you got me thinking quite a bit, and I needed some time to deal with it. I
Ken is
honest,
showing genuine frustration, which is not something they usually make a habit of doing, like showing their emotions on their face.
how close are you to Vicari?
I assume, well, they're sitting here, right?
I can't see.
Are you not in
Like,
the room?
no, they said
You
that.
can't move your
The roll
any-
20 is not working, so I need
Oh,
like a
oh,
vague idea how close to me are you?
okay. Well, shit.
Within arm's reach or
Probably. Like not like close, but like if you leaned over, you like leaned over, you could probably reach them.
no? Like if they did the awkward thing where they just reached all the way across the table. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Kin, I don't know what to do with you. Truly. If I'm honest, there has definitely been a shift. And it was obvious that you started to avoid everyone also.
Yeah, because I made myself vulnerable and you walked out.
What
That
did
was
you want
not
me
an easy thing for me to confess.
what did you want me to do? Kin?
I don't know, not freaking ditch me.
I had to think. It changed the way I view you. Instead of a disheveled rapscallion, you are supposedly a king
Let's
of
get one thing
a
straight. I am still very much a disheveled rapscallion. I can be a disheveled rapscallion and royalty at the same time. That's just one of those things that I'm good at.
I don't know how to approach you, Ken.
Just be normal.
You do understand that things have changed between us.
Why? It doesn't
They
have
had
to be like that.
they had to change. Of course they did. You knew they were going to change. Be honest.
No, that's not really how we do things where I'm from. This isn't the sort of king situation where you bow and wear fancy outfits and treat them like they're some kind of god. It's just a position.
Okay. So in this moment you feel abandoned by me. Am I
I
right?
think that they don't confirm that, but they do look away in a way that is sort of like, yeah, but they don't want to admit it.
Mm. Vicari moves a bit closer to you. However, that is possible. I have again no idea based on how this is set up how that is possible. So It's very limited in scope of what can be done. And Vikari leans over and rests their hand on open, in a gesture that obviously is meant for you to put your hand in theirs.
And I think that I posted a picture of the room in the voice chat, by the way. I think that they hesitate for a couple seconds, and then they slowly put their hand out.
And Vikari is going to pull you close to them. Not close enough, like more like lead you towards them. And they're going to stand up. Don't you remember, you and I are bonded? There are chains around my arm right here. And Vikari is going to touch your skin, your wrist, and basically draw a circle where the chains were.
You know that was fake, right?
Is that you saying that in
Yes, they said that in character.
Of course, I know of no magic that can do that. But that does not change the symbolism. If you promise to be in this with me, I will not leave you. Ever. And
Okay.
Vikari holds your eyes in such a way that is asking a question and I think is asking a question and at the same time daring you to answer yes.
They say okay.
And Vikari kisses you.
Damn, I didn't know that was the question.
You're really close.
Listen, I'm. you know who I am out of character.
I am
Fanning
cackling
myself
and
right now.
clapping over here. Oh my god.
I'm just laughing my ass off because just more the fact that Logren just like I would just say Logren gets a tingle up his spine, just like the ship has taken.
And with that, we're going to end the session tonight.